Hey, this is Carolyn. We're back, we're live today. We're actually a little bit late. We had some technical difficulties with the sound, but we're live today and we're going to be going over some exciting things about Facebook Live and how to use it to actually attract more clients to your business. So yesterday we had Elaine Williams with us, and yesterday we talked about our stories and how we can actually use our stories to actually attract clients to us. And so if you missed yesterday's broadcast, you can actually go into the Facebook page on callstorybranding.com and you'll find a recording there. And today we're going to be talking about some of the biggest mistakes that entrepreneurs make with Facebook Live. Now, we were actually supposed to have a guest with us today, Dorothy Kuhn. However, Dorothy Kuhn seems to be MIA. So I'm not sure if she's going to be able to join us today or not. But anyway, we're going to be going ahead with our broadcast anyway. Maybe we'll be able to catch up with Dorothy on another show. But anyway, so today, yesterday we had our first secret word, and so today we have another secret word. And if you remember from yesterday, you want to make a note of the secret word, and then when I tell you to write it down at the end of the recording, you'll actually be entered for a prize. That's a $500 value prize, which you'll be entered to if you actually get the word right and you type that into the comments. And so you'll want to do that at the end and just make a note of today's word, which is leverage. That's leverage. So today's word is leverage. Now, I want to ask you a question. When was the last time you watched a video? And how long was it? Was it 30 seconds, a minute? Today we're going to be talking about some of the mistakes that entrepreneurs make with their Facebook Live recordings. And one of them is actually length. So we'll be going back to that, because it wants to be short and snappy. But anyway, my name's Carolyn Shadrach. I am here with you today. My company is called Call Story Branding, and I spent nearly 20 years actually working in corporate, working with Fortune 500 companies and helping them to build their brands and brand stories as a New York-based fashion designer. And now I actually work with creative entrepreneurs and help them tell their story and get their message out so that they can start to attract more clients. So today, as I said, we're going to be talking about Facebook Lives and some of the mistakes that people make with Facebook Live when they're actually using it within their marketing. So we're going to be talking about one of the mistakes that can rapidly lose you prospects if you kind of get this wrong. We'll be talking about the number one crucial thing that you need to get right if you really want to make your marketing effective with Facebook Live, and the number one thing that you can actually do to leverage posts that you actually have. So let's see, hold on a second. I'm just going to pull this up here. And then I want to tell you about, I just mentioned, that idea of the length of your video, because I think that one of the mistakes that people make, and yesterday I actually demonstrated this, is to make their posts too long. Because when you think about the medium of Facebook, just Facebook itself and find Facebook Live, people aren't actually on Facebook to look for anything. So with Facebook Live, you want to, if you use it for your marketing, first of all, you want to make sure that people know ahead of time that you're actually going to be coming online, because otherwise they're just going to be scrolling through their feed and you may pop up, but they definitely aren't going to be, I probably won't have time for a long recording. So which is why you want to kind of give them a heads up beforehand that you actually have something coming up. And so when you think about actually using Facebook Live, you first of all, the number one thing that most people actually don't do in the first place is actually have a plan. You want to have a strategic plan on what it is that you actually want to achieve by doing your Facebook Live broadcast, and the end goal, because you always want to kind of start with the end in mind. So, when you have the end in mind, then you want to always have to make sure that you have a point to the recording that you're actually making. I think that's one of the things that we touched on yesterday with stories, because yes, you can actually use your story to, in fact, it's a very powerful tool actually to help people to connect with you, but you want to always make sure that you have a point with the story that you stay to one point and you don't kind of go off on various different tangents, because people get lost. And so when you think about your Facebook Live campaign, you want to start off with a strategy so that you know that what's the end goal for each of the posts that you have. So that, you know, it's not a recording of you just kind of sitting there eating your dinner, which could be interesting and maybe to the point if you actually are a chef and, you know, people are interested in the things that you're making. But for most of us, that's actually not the case. And so you want to be making sure that you tie back your posts to your business and that people can actually see the relevance. So, which is the second point, is lack of focus, right? You always want to be kind of focused on what it is that you're talking about so that people can really get some value from your posts. So I think that's, you know, for me, like a lot of the posts that I see with Facebook Live, and they kind of pop up in my feed, and, you know, it's really difficult to find out exactly, you know, what is it that they are trying to say? What is the point? Why should I be even looking at it as this? And so you always want to be kind of making sure that it goes back to the real substance of your business and really kind of takes people like somewhere along the journey so that they get to know more about you and your business and how you can actually help them. And you actually want to be able to kind of give them value that they can actually use. So, you know, so the first point is make sure that they're not too long. The second point is you want to start out with an actual strategy itself. And then, of course, you always want to make sure that it's actually focused. Now, I wanted to say thank you again to those of you who actually kind of share this with your friends. And, you know, we want to, well, as I said yesterday, we're going to be here for the rest of the week. So we're going to be here on Thursday and Friday as well at the same time. So that is at 12 o'clock Central, 1 o'clock Eastern. We'll be here again tomorrow with Kristen Robinson. Actually, Kristen Robinson is she's the founder of KR Design, and she's a social media and marketing firm, and they work with $1 million entrepreneurs and consultants and companies and show them how to effectively use social media to grow their business. So she's going to be here with us tomorrow, and we're going to be talking about how we can use Facebook Live to nurture our prospects using Facebook groups. Kristen has like a couple of Facebook groups, and she has like a whole strategy that she uses with Facebook Live to actually kind of nurture her prospects. So that's why I invited her on. So she's going to be with us tomorrow. And so, okay, so the other thing I want to let you know, so if you watch this any other time apart from live, I will be going back in and looking at the comments. So if you have any questions or anything that come up, do type them into the comment box, and I will be looking back on those. And again, thank you for sharing this. Do share this with other people who want to make sure that others are not making these same mistakes. So actually, I do want to ask you a question. If you do come to this later on, you can answer this again in the comments and just kind of let me know. But what's the number one thing that you struggle with Facebook Live? You know, what's the number one thing that is stopping you, or the number one thing that's not letting you be able to kind of leverage your Facebook Live posts? And one of the things that I wanted to talk about today, which we actually can't do today because we don't have Dorothy. Dorothy was going to come on and talk to us about how we can actually leverage our Facebook posts. And that's the idea of doing something once, but then actually using it in other places. So I'm actually on Dorothy Kuhn's list, and I noticed that I saw her popping up in my feed, like in my Facebook feed, and then she would pop up in my email and kind of linking back to the Facebook feed. And then I also found her in my LinkedIn feed as well. And I was like, oh my God, it's like, you know, Dorothy's all over the place. So the reason I actually asked her to come in and talk to us is so that she can tell us about how she is actually using Facebook Live and using it as something where she can leverage it in other places, because that's definitely something that you can do too. You know, and so it's the idea, like, you do something once, but then you can actually use it in several other places, and you kind of, you know, exponentially kind of increase your results, which I thought was a really kind of great idea. So just to recap, we talked about some of the other mistakes that entrepreneurs make with Facebook Live, and the biggest one of them being that they start out without a strategy. You always want to have a strategy before you actually even start, right? Because I'm so tired of seeing Facebook posts where it's people, actually in England they call it navel gazing, which I had a lot of trouble trying to explain exactly what that meant to my American friends. But it's basically the idea that you're talking about nothing. You never want to be talking about nothing on your Facebook Live posts. You want to be actually especially if you're using it for marketing, at least anyway, you want to be giving your prospects some value. And so you want to keep it focused, which is the other tip that we had today, as well as not making your videos too long. So I wanted to invite you to register for some free training that I actually have. If you actually got some value from this Facebook Live posting and want to go deeper into it, I want to invite you to go to corestorybranding.com. I'm going to see if I can just type that in here. So let's see if you can type it in. So it's core, that's CORESTORY branding.com. And so if you head over there, you will actually be able to register for some free training that we have, which goes in even deeper into some of the things that we are talking about this week, and we'll be continuing to talk about tomorrow and on Thursday's posting. And we'd love to see you there. And now what we actually talk about on the training itself is how to position yourself and as an authority within your niche, so that you can actually start to attract more clients into your brand and more high-paying clients. And so we are actually taking my advice in terms of making this posting today very short and sweet. And so we'll get now to today's word. This is the time to type in today's word. So if you type in the word, you will be entered into the running for a $500 value prize. And that's actually for me to look at your branding and your positioning, to look at everything that you have out there in terms of, your websites and anything that you have where your prospects see you, and to get some advice about how you can actually strategically improve your positioning of where you are, so you can start to attract more of the clients that you actually want. All right, so tomorrow we're going to be back here again at 12 o'clock Central, that's 1 o'clock Eastern. And tomorrow, as I said, we're going to be here with Kristen Robinson. Kristen Robinson is the founder of KR Design. That's a social media marketing firm that shows $1 million entrepreneurs and consultants and companies how to effectively and efficiently make money using social media. And Kristen's going to be here with us tomorrow, showing us how we can actually use Facebook Live in Facebook groups to actually nurture our tribe and to enroll more clients. So that's going to be really exciting. I'm excited about having Kristen Robinson on here today. We've done a couple of things together, so I'm really excited to have her here. So I hope to see you again tomorrow. And as I said, if you have found some value in this posting that we had today, do go and register at, let's type it in again here, corestorybranding.com. corestorybranding.com, and you can register there. We'll have some free training about how you can start to position your brand as an authority and build credibility within your industry. So thanks again for joining me. Do make sure that you share this posting with others, and we'll see you again here tomorrow at 12 o'clock Central. That's 1 o'clock Eastern. I look forward to seeing you then. All right, bye for now. Thank you.